Yeah.
When you think about it,
because you think about it, like the little niggas who were born in like 2000 talk about Pac, they have no experience. They've never experienced Tupac. How would you know? You feel me? So
years before their birth, he was gone.
The inspiration might be there. Like,
I'm with it. That's a talk that needs to be had. Real quick, how y'all feeling about this? How y'all feeling about this Victor Wembanyama dude? Real quick.
The nigga.
I'm impressed, man. I mean, who's not impressed? Like,
how y'all feeling about that?
7'4", moving like that, shooting like that.
That's a little wild. That's a little wild, bro.
Fadeaway 3-pointers.
This where the NBA is going. This is where the league is going.
I think it says some shit niggas be willing to give up like 10 years of picks. I'm like, y'all smoking rocks, bro.
I don't know about this Victor kid, bro. Like, and let me be clear, like, I don't think it's about talent. Like, you see the videos, you know what I mean? He has a skill set. He has a skill set, but when I think about just recent NBA history, right? You asking the kid that height to play as a wing, as the league gets faster, more athletic. I feel like gravity is real, bro. We just saw it with Zion. I always say, I've been saying on so many different platforms, gravity is real. When you play in the NBA and you running up and down, you jumping up and down, and you carry a certain weight of a certain size, you're gonna get hurt. Right. You're gonna have a lower body injury, bro. Zion Williamson was carrying all that weight, his feet got messed up. We had the unicorn, Kristaps, 6'7'3", playing like a wing. I think he had foot and knee issues. So you looking at Victor. You look at Victor. I'm like, he's 7'4" and he's skinny right now. He ain't even KD. KD had the foot injury. I think he had the Liz Frank injury, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
What's the little nigga that just went down? The Chet Holmgren nigga, another skinny nigga that just went down.
I think he had
knee issues.
Knee or foot, whatever it was. But all these things keep happening because you're a certain height and you're playing like a wing. So I'm looking at this guy. He's 7'4". He didn't even put on his NBA weight yet. So what happens when he puts on that 20 pounds of muscle and you ask him to run up and down, shoot fadeaways, get caught out on switches and guard wings? Like, you asking him to do all of that, he's going to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's just the reality of the situation. It's not me wishing injury on a man, but science is still science. And for some reason, these new athletes, they're more susceptible to lower body injuries in our era. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like
sneakers.
That too is good point, Dini. So it's like, I think he's good. I think he's talented, but if I'm an organization, that's not the player that I'm risking it all for. Like, he's a unicorn. He's 7'4".
Can't teach that.
He can't teach that. But I think he's a few injuries away from just being a piece of the puzzle. Look what happened to Kristaps. We thought Kristaps and fucking what's his dude's name? Luka Doncic was gonna kill together. And look what happened.
We did.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I just wanted to know the take real quick. So it's more durability.
Nice too, though.
Durability than skill.
The scoop kid is a problem too, man.
Gotcha. What we got up in here? What up, Harry? Miss LB, you in the house? NTG.
What up, y'all?
In the spot.
You know what I mean? We started a little early since it's a holiday. Sin couldn't be with us today. Sin had some plans, so he couldn't be there, but he'll definitely be on for the next live. Be clear, like we are reaching that point where we're gonna do our rap roundtable top 10 rappers right now. No regions, no none of that. Just top 10 right now. So get ready for that.
Top 10.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. And everybody who's in this live right now, do us a favor, hit the like button. You know what I mean? Like, we're coming out of it a little bit, but the haters, flag our channel, hit the dislike. And when you do these kind of things, it affects the algorithm because YouTube are robots. They're not humans. They're not paying attention. They don't know A from B.
Right.
So if you let the haters do these things, it affects our algorithm. But the best way for us to get back on track, the way we're supposed to be hitting, is if y'all hit that like button. Like and comment, boom, we're right back in the mix.
A share don't hurt neither, y'all. A share don't hurt neither.
NTG, that's
a holiday.
A holiday on paper, NTG. I agree with you, but a holiday on paper.
On paper.
Niggas is finding shit that ain't lost. I feel you.
Good point, Mace. Yo, let me while I get Facebook in here, I'm gonna throw this to y'all. Like, Dini and I, we in another chat with the homies, and it was put in there that a new record. I think I heard Kiss was on there, Mace was on there. It was on Cameron's Instagram. Mace with a diplomat chain.
Game
How
changer.
y'all feel about this whole Mace, Dipset, Jada Kiss? This is like Children of the Corn, damn near. You know what I mean?
This is like an all-star team if you think about it. Like
definitely a culmination.
Whichever one of y'all want to get in on.
Yeah, Macito.
Old timers, all time team, but still, like just seeing them in pics together. You know what I mean? I didn't even hear the record y'all talking about. I'm gonna go tap into that as soon as we out of here. But like, come on now, even just seeing them all together, you get that feeling. Pause, like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to hear what's going on. Like that might be a concert. You know, we got to pop out to. Hopefully, unlike the New York State of Mind, they'll come to New York.
It's
you know
coming,
what I mean?
Hopefully, it's coming far Queens, bro. Deep in Queens.
They got one in Jersey.
Deep in Queens. Yeah, indeed.
Who's doing something in Queens?
The 3-Headed Monster tour. They
Word. I like it.
Yeah,
shout out. I'll come to Queens. Queens get the money.
It's not even crazy bread either. It's definitely something we could do. But yeah, like you called it, Jav, man. Seeing Mace in the diplomat Chano, that didn't just touch his soul.
Iconic, son. That's iconic right there.
His soul. And the bars he was spitting with the joint, that wasn't bad. Sticking voodoo dolls and all, sticking more dolls and voodoo. Niggas spitting the bars and all that. It was good to see. It felt like this shit was 20 plus years in the making, man. You know, back when these niggas were doing horse and carriage, when you thought that was gonna be a big thing moving forward. Right. But you know, the little issues transpired between the homies and shit didn't work out the way it was supposed to. But the fact they on tour, the fact that Kiss is on the tour too, it's a major event for hip hop and just in and of itself, man.
That's kind of wild. Like that's like the equivalent. Mace has been on Bad Boy, G Unit, and now Dipset. That's like the equivalent of like being on the Lakers,
that's
the
Celtics,
and the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like he done been to all the big teams,
all the Meccas.
in this league.
Nah, but keep it a thou out with y'all. I don't like that crew hopping shit. I think we talked about it. Like when you want too many squads, bro, I get very concerned about the crew hopping. Like you supposed to be with one gang. Like honestly, outside of Bad Boy, like we know Bad Boy, no one sticks with Bad Boy. Puff is Bad Boy. Everybody else comes and goes. Rest in peace, Biggie Smalls. But once you got the G Unit, or when you did your Harlem World thing with Baby Stace and Cardan, and they were dancing, you know what I mean? Like, all of that. Like,
Stace and Bethel.
That's a little wild to me. Like, Snoop brought back Death Row. I guess that's next. You know what I mean? That's the last frontier. Where else can he go? You know?
Niggas trying to make sure all the dots is, all the eyes is dotted, all the T's.
Get him in a rock chain. You know what I'm saying? Rock Nation management. We figure it out.
Hov would never give Mace a rock chain. You kidding me, bro? Ain't no possible way.
But it was beautiful to see, man.
Bro, I love to see it. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I got like going back to like 7th grade. And what was it, the 357 video when it was running through the streets and all of that? You know what I mean? Like that. Wow, bro.
Yeah.
I never thought the day would come. Like Harlem World before. Remember they had the matching Harlem World tats.
Yeah.
Then the diplomats happened. Then they had the little beef and they was dissing each other and all of that. And Jimmy was going crazy on Mace.
Wow.
Now 2022.
I know you better.
I know you better. And it's like to get here, like I'm a little skeptical, you know, because I'm a cynic. I know that already. Last week it was Puff on the Breakfast Club. And then Maze did the WWE video where he was smiling in the camera after the homie forgot to cut it, and they posted it just like that. He had them crazy fronts on. Classic. And now by the end of the weekend, it's a new song with Kiss, Killer, and Mace. So it's like,
wow.
Do we have to default to everything as a rollout yet again? Like, is it real beef? Does he really owe Puff $3 million? Did Puff just do Harlem, do Yonkers or Solid, and go on Breakfast Club and start a fire to get his homies some clicks? Like, how y'all feel about that? I'm skeptical. I don't think any of this is real anymore. I think we live in a Matrix, bro.
That's a crazy screenplay, though. I ain't gonna lie. They drew that up.
Right.
That is heavy.
And some beef like 50 and Jai's everlasting. Like Puff and Mace been kind of going at it for so long that I kind of believe all the venom that they got for each other. You know, I'm saying that while Cam and Mace are standing right next to each other.
Each other.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So I will acknowledge that. But Cam has always put the dollar above everything. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Cam reconciles with anybody to get that check. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not sure, but I didn't. It didn't seem fake to me because it was very real that Mace has been talking shit all these years about Puff, and then did Fabio the same way. It was a real question and a real reaction, in my opinion.
I don't know, bro. I feel like the timing of this is real shaky to me. It's either it's a rollout or they had the song in the clip and they just said, you know what, we kind of hot right now. Let's roll it out.
That I could believe.
These ain't just like these some industry niggas. These niggas have known each other like eons before rap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure the conversation between the two, the reconciliation, it's a lot different than just like Jada and Puff kind of. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it was real deep conversation. Niggas know each other's moms. Like it's
Mace learned from Puff. Mace learned from Puff in the same way that Puff dropped "Who Shot You" after Pac got shot, even though it was recorded before. We all acknowledge that. But they dropped it on purpose after Pac got shot. It's just a little bit of,
pot, man.
You know what I mean? You want to check that out.
I think that's what pissed Pac off more than anything else was that they took his downfall at the moment as an opportunity to put a song out and create some news. They tried to play victim on the back end. But one day we'll really get into the Biggie and Pac of it all. The Roundtable. We spend so much time talking about Nas and Jay-Z. We never talk about Biggie and Pac. Like we tippy-toe around it, but we never get into it.
Initial West Coast, East Coast beef.
Will T said Mason Cam will be back beefing by next week. How y'all feel about that?
If it creates a buck, they damn sure will.
What Jimmy got to say about all this? How Jimmy feel?
I mean,
Jimmy
went his own ways a few times. You know what I'm saying? I think at this point, it's grown men saying like, yo, I'm going to go do this for a little while. How long is a tour nowadays? A few months? We're going to make this happen over here. The world been wanting this. It's been 20 years. Yeah. We're going to go over this side and get this bag, and then we're going to go back and do what we do. But like you said, the bag is important, man. Them three dudes is legends. Say what you want. You don't got to be the biggest Mace fan. You don't got to be the biggest Cam. You don't got to be the biggest Jada fan. But them niggas are legends in the game, legends in hip-hop, legends in New York. Just it's a big deal. Them niggas getting together like that. So I'm here for every bit.
For sure.
Man. I mean, Killer, not even Killer. Jim Jones has Vampire Life. He's done Lobby Boys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The Diplomat reunions never work out. Like it never works. Like I think if it's one thing that we need to put to bed, is no more Diplomat reunions. Even the verses, we thought something big was gonna come out of that. Jimmy's falling off the stage. Joel's can't remember his lyrics. It was a bad look for Harlem that night.
It was.
I don't think there was supposed to be a tour after that, if I'm not mistaken. That never happened. You know what I mean?
They did something.
Never happened.
Wasn't it supposed to be like State Prop was supposed to be part of that? Dipset.
It's supposed to be huge. Pause.
Yeah, I don't think it happened.
Some shows.
It wasn't a tour. It wasn't
what it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's a fact.
Don't forget Jimmy cheesing and standing with 50 in the middle of Cam and 50. Like Jimmy been
it's been ugly.
That.
It's ugly.
It's been some ups and downs, you heard?
I mean, 50's been a part of some heinous shit like that. And shit with Beans and Jay, he was in the middle of that too.
Mm-hmm. Cam don't even want to be next to Dipset. Think about how they handled the verses. Like he was not. They was barely even part of the promo. Like Jim Jones did the whole promo by himself with Jewels on the side. Like Cam kind of like fake embarrassed by him. I don't know what the history is anymore. I don't know what the story. Not the history. I don't know what the story is anymore.
Them fake embarrassed. That's fucked up.
You know
of all places to not show up, that stage was probably the worst place to not do it, bro.
Exactly.
Everybody.
You know what I foresee right now? We spent so much time bloviating about this Mace, Jadakiss, Cameron shit. Have we ever mentioned Mount Westmore with Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg and E40? Is that our New York bias poking through? Did anyone listen to that album?
I mean, was the album good? I don't even think West Coast people talk about that album. Like, it can't put it this way, because like shout out to the homie Baylor out west. He gonna be on the Rap Roundtable. He's gonna be our West Coast correspondent real soon on the Rap Roundtable.
Facts, I'm with that.
And West Coast people let you know things are good if they rock with their things from their region.
Right.
Has anybody from the West Coast talked about the Mount Westmore album? Like,
no.
I haven't heard a thing. No funny
anybody
shit.
In the chat? Y'all thought anybody in the chat listen to that Mount Westmore?
Niggas heard more shit when West Side Connection came together, bro. Niggas heard way more about that.
West Side Connection.
West Side Connection was fire, and it was almost like they had stock in Rap City because all their singles was going viral on Rap City before viral was a thing. Like, that's
a fact.
They had like 2-3 videos at a time on Rap City. You know what I mean? Damn, Deano like, yo, Mace had 3 albums. Like, yo, like, leave Mace alone.
Why
bro.
they saying they playing on his name, man?
Bro, he said he hired Legend went out. Hit like that though. There was a Double Up, and then there was what was the other one after Double Up? Welcome Back, right?
Welcome Back.
Come on, bro. Like, niggas have to work to remember the titles.
When he had the Milwaukee Brewers hat on, I know you like that, and he was getting so dance on. You know what I mean?
Sometimes the era you stand in lends yourself to how legendary you are. You know what I mean? In the same way that maybe like the Laffy Taffy niggas won't be legendary because that era was trash. But Mace will be legendary because the era he was in was so legendary itself. Legendary team, legendary first album, legendary, duo with Puff and him. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta look at it in a certain type of way.
All right, so let me ask y'all this. Oh, before I ask y'all, NTG's like Cam negotiated everyone funds for the verses. So I wonder if that caused some ill will because there was some funny energy from Dipset coming into that. Even coming out of that was some weird energy. But what y'all think about this whole thing? I know Mason and I usually do the gossip thing on the side. Dini don't get into the gossip, but Dini, you got gossip with us today.
I'm in the mood.
You gossip with us today. What y'all think about this whole 50 Cent and his son and 6,700 for child support a month situation? This is not usually something the Roundtable talks about, but make sure pops. Dini has opinions that sometimes are wayward, but I feel like he might have something to say about this particular topic. So
Facts. I remember Dean threw that in the chat, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That nigga is insane.
Let's hear it, bro. I'll be right back while y'all talk about it. Give me a second.
First of all, we some New York niggas, man. It don't really get too much more expensive out here than some New York shit. Besides, Cali. But bro,
if even
700 a month. Niggas could raise families with 6,700 a month, bro.
Facts. That's a
child
fact,
support
bro.
That's coming in. It equates to 80 bands a year. That's how much 6,700
80
a
bands
month
a year, tax free.
And if you work your own little side gig on that, so that's let's say you work a little 40, 50K gig. That's 120, 130K a year, bro. You're doing better than the average man in America, bro. Black, white, whatever, makes around 50K in the US, my nigga.
Right. Making... And so
come on, it's like
that's real talk though. That's real talk. And then like to offer a little bit perspective to it, it's like he had the interview with Choke No Joke. He spit out shout out to Choke. He be having a couple joints up there.
He do.
He part of a classic era himself.
Facts.
But like what he didn't admit was that if you check the articles, he was getting he was getting 25K a month.
Right.
In child support. And so after the vitamin water deal, the legendary vitamin water deal that, might have been inflated. I think he said he got like 300 million from that. It ended up being like 30 million, but why not?
That is zero.
But after that, she took him to court trying to get the child support up and it went down to 6,700. So it's like, it's not even just that. And even just like you say, being 67 a month is like, a lot of us can live off that. He sounded real like privileged with that, and he didn't even realize it himself. You know what I'm saying?
Not to bring in the misogyny. He sounded like a girl, bro. Like the entitlement. He
sounded like he was using his mother's talking points.
There you go. Thank you, mates, because I am not getting canceled because Didi.
It was girly to me, bro. You sound crazy demanding money from a man.
Because to Mason's point. In our history, a lot of times in those bitter single mother and baby father situations,
it happens.
Sometimes the child ends up regurgitating what he's heard his mom say in passing or to them. You know what I mean? And I think that low 50, low Curtis, that's what I'm calling him, it's been moving a little out of pocket. Now, I can understand, like Mace brought that point to light that I didn't know about it being 25,000. You said it was a month prior.
Yeah,
that's what she was pushing.
So with that situation, even if you throw the 25 out, 67 bands a month, right? That means you're getting close to 81 bands a year.
Right.
It's free. You don't have to work for it. It's tax free. I don't know about child support. That's tax free.
That's tax free. Yeah.
So 81, almost 100 bands tax free, brother. And you want Joe Biden's internet talking about that? While people are really waking up, going to work for a fraction of that, bro.
And the nigga was supposed in Atlanta during this, so he's living Atlanta.
Yeah, they was in Atlanta, bro.
But Dini, hold on, bro, hold on. But low 50. Read the room, my guy. This ain't the time. This ain't 2019 where things were still somewhat okay. We were dealing with the previous orange dude, right? Cool. But beyond that, things were still moderately decent. We were making our way out here. Post-pandemic, low 50. You can't be in an inflated time. You can't be on here talking about $6,700 for free is no money. You're gonna get no support from anyone. Rich people are not even touching you right now.
Not even niggas online. Can you live off of 67? Niggas, most of the niggas you talk to don't get 67.
Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I don't
he's 25. He not no little nigga. Like he's 25, bro.
He's a young 81,000, but he's a man.
Tax free to do nothing. I understand 50's rich and you probably deserve a bigger piece of the pie. But as a human being in this time frame, bro, read the fucking room is all I'm gonna say. You notice that no one has stood next to him. I haven't heard not one prominent person. I haven't even seen a tweet. And Twitter's a cesspool. Not even Twitter is standing next to Lil 50 right now. So I can't condone this level of ignorance and the high-pitched voice. Someone mentioned it in the chat. Who said that? G. Watkins and the high-pitched voice.
And he somehow completely made a 180. Like this was one situation where everyone was pretty much in agreement. Like 50, you're a bad guy for not being close to your son. We know that you ain't shit. Like he somehow turned the tide on that, which is the one thing all of us agreed was a bad thing about 50. Like now we all kind of looking like, well, I kind of understand a little bit why he be treating y'all like this. He kind of was right when he said that your mother made you entitled and that you acted and did certain things that made him react a certain way. So
that's a fact.
Sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up, man.
The whole internet.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
It's this nigga.
And it's like in this climate, of course, you want to see black men raise their sons and elevate. 50 living the American dream. But low 50, bro, 25 cent, low Curtis, this like any other time. Why didn't you could have waited till the holiday season and you probably would have got some sympathy. It's Christmas time, you missing your dad, you feel like he ain't doing you right. You'd have got some sympathy. But we just finished paying, people out west was paying like $7 a gallon for gas, bro. They don't want to hear from you right now. This is not the time for that. Like I'm completely disgusted by this kid. I hope that someone in his ear, I don't know if he has a circle, I don't know what his life is about, but like I hope someone around him could tell him like this is not a good look. And to fall back, because really you look like Tariq right now. Like now I understand the inspiration for Tariq's character in Power. Like it's you, kid.
Bags. Yo, 50 that had the Super Bowl, won an Emmy, been proved right with his son. The reference track from the game then came out. Like 50 that had a good year, low key.
It's been bubbling for fifth, man.
Yeah, man.
But that kid is wilding, man. It just, and like I said, I didn't know son was so old. Like to be 25 and still be getting that bread to me in and of itself is just like wow. Like I didn't know. I thought that shit
around
ended
in the Wankster video, man. Yeah, Wankster video was 20 years ago.
50 said I'm abandoning him for my little light skinned boy. That's what 50 traded up.
For ignoramuses like me, like how is he still getting child support payments at 25? Is it like back child support? Like explain this to me. Or is he
not? It's over. It's over. Okay. That's what that's what a lot of people are saying is bringing out this animosity.
So you telling me that Lil Curtis is clout chasing?
Yeah, man.
He's not the only one that see 50 having a beautiful year. As Mace just brought up, he watching all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
He a little upset.
He feel entitled to the bread because that's his father.
Yeah,
that's jeez.
Like if you hear him, I can't live just anywhere. Remember, I'm 50's son. He got beef with everybody. I can't.
And let's remember, like he done posed in pictures with Supreme's son. He done posed in pictures with slow bucks. Like he done tried to poke the bear himself over the years as well. Like somebody's giving him really bad advice.
So what you're telling me is Tariq, that's his name now. Tariq is the top op. 50's top op is his son.
It's Ja and Tariq. They
shit.
They head to head, man.
That's nasty.
You take a picture, like, bro, just call your father or go on one of these podcasts. Shit, come on the Rap Roundtable. We'll give you the platform.
Pull up, Marquise.
And tell your father that you miss him and all you want is his attention. That's all. Just be a man. You're 25. Be a man. And tell your dad you need
daddy issues, bro.
50 a nigga that like he live and die off loyalty, bro. So even if my son ain't loyal, fuck that nigga too. 50 get them vibes, bro.
I mean,
you know, little man looked at Yayo, bro.
You see it. You see it. Yayo's on the same shit. Loyalty over everything, bro. It matters.
Over royalty, bro.
Yayo's his first son now.
Wow. Leah May says 50 Cent is a backstabber. Wow, it's getting crazy in the chat. Oof. What makes you say that, Leah? Expand upon that and don't lose the caps. Keep typing in caps so I can see it.
Don't do Tariq like that, job.
Now we doing Tariq like that. We doing it because that's the inspiration for the character.
Yeah.
It's another thing that I saw out there that I wanted to talk about. Oh, Game. Game says that he never got a beat from Dr. Dre. Mace, Dini, I could flip a coin. I don't.
Yo.
What's going on? What's going on in hip hop?
You want to talk about clout chasers, boy? This guy, man, he done never got a beat from Dre. He said he ghost wrote "What Up Gangsta" for 50. Like, you know, like this guy, like there's not as more spectacular liar in the game than the game himself. Bro. Like,
he's the guy just spectacular liar. That's tough.
He just wakes up and he just says shit, man. Like, you never got a beat from Dr. Dre, but I've seen the production credits on your first album, bro. I've seen it. You know what I mean? I like, you've never said this in, 17 years since you dropped? And now all of a sudden you never got a beat from Dr. Dre. You never got a beat from Dr. Dre after you was wilding out. You know what I'm saying? You never got one again. But we saw your first album. It was littered with Dr. Dre beats. So, you know, if you'd have just made that point, and I don't know, like, if that was the point you're trying to make, I might be trying to read between the lines of nothing right now. But you never got a beat after the documentary, you know, your best album.
Well, it's hard to follow the most spectacular lie in history. But maybe at this point, I got a theory. I'm gonna theorize a little bit. Maybe Game is in on the joke at this point. He just does these interviews.
You can see that.
That's tough
to say spectacular lies just to get us to talk about it. Because didn't he make the Doctor's Advocate? Wasn't that like one of his albums?
Yeah,
wasn't he like Team Dr. Dre, like waving the Dr. Dre flag? Not a Super Bowl.
That was like his love letter to Dr. Dre.
Right. But what I'm saying is you were all about Dr. Dre, the documentary.
Doctor's Advocate.
Come on, bro. So at this point, I'm not in these men's business, but I think Game just says things. He's like a pro wrestler. He goes out there, he cuts the wildest promo, and if it lands, it lands. If the lies land and they go viral, yes. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it on purpose. Because what other reason does he have to say this? We were all there. We experienced it. Like you said, the liner notes, the credits, it's all there.
It's there. You were posing with him in all of the video shoots in your first album. Leah May just said he was in the Dreams and the How We Do video. Like, we saw this.
Yes, he
was. We were there. We're not 15 years old, bro. Like, the shit didn't get scrubbed from history. Like, it was there. And it's still there. He's still getting paid off of those recordings.
When the money gets funny, ain't shit sunny, bro. Even in California.
Wasn't it G-Unit / Aftermath? Wasn't he signed to Aftermath?
Yes.
Wasn't he Aftermath before he was G-Unit?
Yes.
He was Aftermath.
The Aftermath deal was, I thought, we'll put him into the G. Yo, just take this nigga in. He'll help out somehow. Just take him in.
Real quick, Michael Brown says, dang, didn't get a notification that this live started. See, YouTube is not us, y'all. YouTube been playing with us because of some haters who got mad about opinions that we had. So again, the best way for us to get the algorithm back acting how it's supposed to act is hit that like button and comment. Run the comments up. Thank you. Us. But yeah, like game is something else. And you know what? I think I'm gonna make a proclamation now. I'm no longer saying anything bad about the game. In fact, I think I'm a fan of the game because the game is so ridiculous. And I'm a person who loves ridiculousness. That how can I dislike the game when he provides this much entertainment at a high clip? Who's been more entertaining in the game as a rapper this year? Pick one. Outside of maybe Freddie Gibbs. Pick one.
That would have been my
Him and Whack 100 are Vince and Shane McMahon at this point. Shit. You know what I mean? Like they just come up there, they give promos, they strut to the ring. Yes. You know what I mean? You know they bullshitting, and you just keep it pushing. One of them got cases against them with you know what I mean. They had to do a settlement. You know what I mean? Vince Game. I see y'all.
We heard the album.
The vibes are there.
Yeah, we know the music. The music is not going to bring the people anymore. This part we know. Bro, that part is not. So now I think he has the internet.
Use the internet, Mace. Vince and Shane McMahon and Game and Whack 100 have to be. This is perfection.
That's where he's at, man. He's at a point where it's just the antics take over the
Miss LB says, I thought Dre just executive produced the Doc album, not produced it. What we're saying is he got beats
he got a Dre
for
beat,
the album. We ain't saying that he produced the album front to back. If y'all still got your little booklets from back in the CD era, because we all old here. Go in there, look, and you'll see produced by you, and you'll see his name there. Okay, his real name. It won't say Dr. Dre. It'll say his real name. All right,
Andre. What's Dre's last name?
Young.
There we go.
Next thing that we got to talk about. We cover all the news here. News that Sincere doesn't care about, which makes it easier for us to talk about.
Shout out to Sig, man.
Hold on, Michael Brown commented here. Dr. Dre did like 7 to 8 beats on that album and mixed most of it. Additional production on the beats by Havoc and Cool and Dre. See. Shout out to Michael Brown off the bat.
Yeah, listen to the documentary. Like those early to mid 2000 Dr. Dre Interscope albums, they all are super crisp. They all have the same clear sound. Like it's easy. You can listen and tell Dr. Dre's hands were not only in his beats but everything else. Come on now.
Like, let's be clear. If Game was on good music, we would have only had like 2 albums from him, and it would have been more hype surrounding the 3rd album that never came out. Like stop talking about Dr. Dre.
Let's be real.
Game. Come on now. Only person who graduated good music as a rapper and lived to tell it on a high level was Big Sean. Shut up, Deanie. Well, but it was Big Sean. It was Big Sean.
Oh, they not gonna give Pusha's flowers on that too.
Pusha was pushing before he got the good music. Yeah, I mean, he did more for.
Has Kendrick ever got a Dre beat?
Hell yeah.
I gotta go check. I feel like Good Kid, he might have got something on there.
I think he got maybe 2 on Good Kid, but Kendrick could say that, but he's standing next to him on the Super Bowl stage. Like,
it's true.
That makes you wonder, like, Game is bad money like that he couldn't even get on the Super Bowl stage. That's tough.
Hey, man.
I mean, if you look, Dre only had his true proteges up there. You know, he had Shady, he had Snoop. You know,
he's part of the B squad. If you look at that, that's like the first team all Dr. Dre.
First team all Dr. Dre.
It is.
You know,
so
Game is part of the second team.
Mason's in real form today, y'all.
You know, so that's a lot to deal with, man. So you can't have all that talent up there, and like you said, like Game is a character. He might have did some weirdo shit and fucked up the whole Super Bowl shit, bro. Like he's beyond he just left right now.
And you know, let's put it in perspective. Let's bring it full circle. There's no way you can have a Super Bowl performance, right, with first team all Dr. Dre as coined by Mace and have 50 in Game there, considering the history. Right. We spend more time talking about would they get along on stage or backstage gossip as opposed to celebrating that moment in hip hop culture. You know what I mean? So I can understand why you would leave a guy and think who's more viable, who's more like lucratively viable. Dr. 50 or Game. It's
right.
You know what? Y'all talk about Jay-Z and Rock Nation and the Super Bowl and the NFL deal. We were not getting the Dr. Dre All-Stars at the Super Bowl just 5 years ago. We were getting the Red Hot Chili Peppers and whoever else you want to listen to on Z100. So when you ask about what did Jay do, how the NFL deal worked out, think about your Super Bowl halftime shows just 5 years ago. It wasn't no rappers. You might have got Nelly. Right? You might have got Flow Rider. You wasn't getting and don't let
and shit.
Right, and don't let the Super Bowl get anywhere near that you're supposed to get, or we get like MetLife Stadium. It's gonna be the New York All Stars for the Super Bowl halftime show. That's just how it's gonna go.
It's heavy. Get ready for that one.
I just want to get that out there. So we heard a story over the weekend. It's a little salaciousness here. That Saweetie played a role in putting some sweetness on Offset, which ended the Migos as we know it. So our resident misogynist here, Dini the balance. We need
the Dini take on this one.
On this whole thing, man.
I called it, bro. I've been saying this for a while. I called it. Set got the yams, most likely. You look at the situation with like Sweetie's just kind of a mess. Because you know these dudes, there's a group and then there's family. You get what I'm saying? These dudes are family. Thanks. It's a little more than just a rap group. And then you got her with the little baby stuff going on too, who's basically signed to their label, who's basically at this point their main competition on the label. So you got
he got Migos out of there. Let's call it what it is.
Right.
He got him out of there. But that's
like going from Eddie Jones to Kobe, bro.
He's back. They're backdraft right now. They're waiting in the cut. But yeah, bro, like I do think that group's gonna get back together because, like I said, it's a family thing. But yo, a woman can do that to y'all. A woman can creep in, especially a fine one like Saweetie, and turn this shit left upside down. And Offset's not exactly the most resilient brother when it comes to the lady, right? But Offset was supposed to say no to that, bro. Like I talk about this with the bros all the time. Like certain shit you don't play with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas X joints, like real joints. It's one thing if you just clap, but if he's parading shorty around, they doing interviews and shit, he got feelings for that girl, bro. You supposed to stay out of that. Like, and I figure if anybody would be good, it wouldn't be Offset. He got the Bronx baby in the house. He not good with Cardi. Like you can't fall back off this for Cardi.
Cardi's face looking a little funny these days.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I could only feel Quavo pain, bro. He really cared about that girl. These dudes, keep it a buck. Migos talk to us at the round rap table. Y'all probably done twisted out hundreds of hoes together. But it's different when it's your man's and it's a girl he loved, man. It's hard to that'll get in between anything. Pause.
Talk to me, Mace.
Yo, so the thing is, I think that this is not like they never gonna rock together again offense. I think they're gonna get back together. This is just some hurt. This is like his last part of dealing with it, out in it. You know what I mean? Because this is apparently happened a minute ago. Everybody behind the scenes kind of knew it was going on. You know what I mean? Apparently it's been a rumor for a while. Dini already said he called it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's I think this was his last part of dealing with it. And so that I feel because the breakup between them also has to do with the QC aspect of it. The fact that, they find doing a duo tape with QC and Offset kind of really wants all for the label. You know what I'm saying? Cardi's managed by QC. It's a whole bunch of shit going on. So I think the breakup has as much to do with that as much as this specific thing. But I think they're going to be good. I think this was just like, I want to embarrass y'all. You know what I mean? I want the public to know and y'all to feel the shame for the hurt that I felt. So I think they're going to get back together, honestly. I think this was just him just kind of, saying, fuck y'all one last time. Deal with that the way I had to deal with it in private,
Wow.
That's a fact.
So right now it looks like the score at the rap roundtable is one side is Team Quavo and the other side is Team Offset. That's what I'm hearing right now. Am I correct? Before I continue.
Did
Listen, man.
Look, like Offset, bro. Like you can't do that. Like Dini made a point. As the Migos, I'm pretty sure y'all have shared. Y'all have encountered groupies. Y'all have had y'all run when y'all were the biggest group in hip hop. I'm sure y'all ran through them all.
Cooking them.
But once Quavo chooses Saweetie to be his main squeeze, that's his ride. Whatever. You cannot dabble look, sweetie, even if Sweetie is sending you the craziest pics, messages, you gotta stand strong. You got Cardi right there. She's right there. And there's like millions of other women right all over the nation. If you need it. And if we've learned anything about men, two things that can end relationships for male friendships, relationships, whatever. Money, women. It's the only two things that can end it. Yeah. We saw what happened with Rockefeller, with Aaliyah. Over at Aaliyah first.
R.I.P.
Next thing you know, she's with Dame. Next thing you know, Rockefeller's splitting up, right? I listened to Drink Champs just a couple weeks ago with B2K. Apparently, you know, Fizz was getting on ladies. O used to get tight that Fizz was pulling girls he liked. Next thing you know, O was going solo. He's staying with the manager company, and the rest of B2K is out to pasture.
Yeah. I maintain that Faith Evans is once that line was crossed, there was no going back for Biggie.
You go. There you go. Damn, who said it? Will T said Quavo sounds like a simp to me. Ouch.
I mean, well, in the
he's
record
on his red pill timing.
The black pill. In the record, he said, "Bitch, fuck my dog." So it's not like he's saying "fuck my dog." He's basically saying this bitch went and did some crazy shit. Like as a dude, it takes a different type of resiliency to actually say no to pussy. Like some niggas just don't say no, bro.
But Will, like, why he gotta be a simp? Like, listen, man. Listen, let's be clear. Once a man catches feelings for a woman, bro, we all have done something that might be moderately simpish. It is what it is. Especially when you're young. Like when you get to like 30, you start making sharper decisions with your love life. But anything before 30, chances are you're not gonna see the game straight. You know, and if he caught feelings for, they was in the elevator scrapping and all of that, and now your man smashed. Like, Will, if your man smashed your ex, you'd be okay with that? Will, I need to know, Will. Put that in the chat. Let me know.
Nah, Will be cool with it because Will's not a simp, right, Will? You be cool with it. You
not no slide off. Your girl. Like y'all put time in.
You don't squabble.
Dini, I got a question for you.
What's up, bro?
Dini, I got a question for you. Who's leading the league in more PPGs right now, Meg or Saweetie? Because we done found out a lot about them in the last few weeks, bro.
I'm gonna go with
who's
Meg,
leading the league?
I'm gonna go with
Meg leading the league right now. I got you. I just needed to know.
After the baby did that, my response is, I do what I want with my body. I want my body. I'm like,
you gotta put some respect on these women name though, because think about it. 15, 20 years ago, it was the men running through all these R&B chicks. Now the female rappers just running through these rappers, got groups breaking up. Tory caught a charge.
Meg made Tory and the baby link up, and Saweetie made the Migos break up. So I don't know what's the more powerful.
City Girls up 100 right now is what you're saying right now.
First the Migos break up, and every day I wake up.
They said Meg leading the league though.
Yeah, she's cooking, man.
Meg lead the league because remember, like I told you when I was watching the Joe Budden pod a few years ago, they was like when Meg got the deal, she was still moving like a groupie. That was the talk in the side, like she was still giving it up, like she wasn't on already.
Damn, hold on. Granted, her label dude said that the Carl Crawford dude, but you know, in the midst of a drama, he like I only take what you say with a grain of salt because y'all beefing, but some might have been on to something.
Nah, Joe said it himself. It was a story with Trey Songz, and apparently like Trey was moving in, and something happened, and then things started coming out that she was with the action. And then if she's saying that she took down the baby, she took down Tory. Now she was someone who write for Cardi.
Right.
Who else? They say G-Eazy might have.
They say G-Eazy.
They say G-Eazy.
They say Trey.
Might have been easy.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Stay a few. They say.
Meg giving out the flapjacks like IHOP. It's looking crazy out here.
Leah May says, "Don't disrespect Princess, aka baby girl, Aaliyah like that. Rest in peace." I promise you, Leah, I'm not disrespecting her. It's a known industry relic that before Dame, it was Jay.
Hove. I actually met Aaliyah too. Very sweet girl, and I met her while she was with Dame Dash, which I thought was.
Oh, that's dope,
pretty crazy. Yeah, right in front of the Rock Building on 50th Street.
Copy.
Shit, I think Dame, if you go on Dame Instagram right now, he posted a photo when it was him and some pale lady, I don't know her name, Hove and Aaliyah, and Puff and J-Lo.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's an era right there.
I mean, Aaliyah was fine. You know, Kelly had to make that mistake too.
So, you know what I mean?
Knock it off, then. Knock it off.
I'm staying clear.
Please, Deanie, don't get us canceled.
Just throw it in the air.
That's one of the shirts we're gonna get made. Deanie, don't get us canceled, bro, because you gonna get us canceled, bro.
Just stating the facts.
Will T says, I'm just saying, homegirl was doing interviews, taking 2 at a time. I'm not claiming that joint. Wow.
Will T feels some type of way, man.
So you saying that Will T? Hold on, Will. You saying that Quavo was wrong for picking Saweetie? That's what I'm hearing. He shouldn't have caught feelings.
Yeah.
Sheesh. What Leah saying? I don't know. I think the baby cloud chasing to sell records though. Facts. No, you're not, because Meg went on stage and said, "It's my body. I can do what I want." She didn't deny the kill. It happened.
Plus, that's a dead ass crime. Saying I smashed and I didn't.
Exactly.
For a public person, she could have dead sued that nigga if he was lying, bro. That nigga smashed. Cut it out, Leah.
Will T said flag on Deanie. Hell yeah, 15-yard sportsman like Deanie, bro. Yo, just so you know, we gotta say that because they be like, "Oh, you condoned it." Nah, we don't condone anything Deanie says.
I am an entity of my own.
Give him a check for that.
Word.
It's your first check, dude.
I'll take it, bro.
All right, so
Rasheed Wallace today.
Dean Wallace, I'll take it.
the super chat MVP in the building. Adriel Green says, if the Super Bowl was at New York, what would y'all lineup be? That's a fire question, Adriel.
That's a fire question.
I think Deanie should go first. What you think, D? Or you want to think about it?
You know, I would go for the actual GOATs. I would try to get I mean, obviously Jay, I would hope for. He's the one that's behind a lot of this shit. Escobar, I gotta get Fat Joe up there. The 3-headed monster will be a beautiful look up there. Some way Puff up there will be a real good look. I'll probably try to go old school New York. And then for some new heads, man, some new young exciting cats. I might get 5 of them type of cats in there, you know. But for the most part, the legends are already gonna be on deck. I can't think of too many young cats I would want up there. But I love Fabi.
I got my lineup right here.
I need to hear this.
I got my lineup right here. So it would obviously be a Rock Nation production, right? So you gotta have Hove and Nas off the rip. Big moment. Okay.
But yeah.
Big moment. Have Nas do the Dead Presidents chorus like they did, I think at the B-side show or something like that, where he actually was on stage while Hove performed Dead Presidents.
Right.
Gotta have Diddy. Diddy gotta be there. The showman has to be there. Big right? Facts. After that, it gets a little murky because DMX would have been the obvious choice. No disrespect to the Locks. I don't know if the Locks belong on the Super Bowl stage. I don't know. Shoot me if I'm wrong. Well, I think either Cardi or Nicki got to be there. I don't know. One of the two of them have to be there. And if you decide that you're gonna go Cardi, then Lil' Kim got to be there because Kim gonna be with Puff. So I'm thinking of it that way. There's an artist I know. It's somebody I'm forgetting. LL got to get on there. You gotta have the legends. LL gotta get on.
I like that.
That's tough.
I like that choice.
LL gotta get on there.
How many were there? How many were there in the Super Bowl? That was 5 artists?
Six.
You had Drake, Snoop, M, 50, Kendrick. Am I forgetting somebody?
Okay. So, you know, excluding 50, even though he's a New York guy, he popped out with the West Side because of his affiliations over there. So this is no insult to 50. Job, did I cut off any of your picks?
No, it don't matter. You can pick up whatever you want to do. Yeah.
So to design it after the West one, Diddy is the Dre-like figure in the mix. You know what I mean? So I agree. You know, Jay is obvious. You know what I'm saying? I think it's tough because clearly Nas has to go.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when you have, you know, with Puff, Jay, and Nas, or, you know, Puff himself is representing Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would throw Nicki on there. Cardi's a solid choice, but I feel like Nicki has more hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no. The thing is, I don't think there's a Kendrick-like figure in the modern era for New York. You know what I mean? Stadium.
We already did that. If you wanted a Kendrick-like figure, you'd have to go back 20, 30 years. You got to go get Tribe. You got dust off Q-Tip.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I meant modern. I meant as modern as Kendrick.
Okay.
More or less. You know what I mean? So I guess Nicki would be the newest artist. I just wish we could, you know, to me, if he lives, Pop Smoke would be the nigga that will pop out at the end
That
of
would be
everything,
crazy.
tie everything together. You know what I mean? That's a loaded choice because we have so many more legends than the West. No disrespect, and so many more eras to represent than the West. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Mace. Mad Max keeps saying this, so we gotta acknowledge him. He keeps saying Fabulous need to be on a Super Bowl stage. I love Fab, but that's a lot, bro. Ready. Maybe NBA All-Star Weekend, but not the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's not even shitting on Fab. It's just like you need like a crazy stage presence to be up there, bro.
There's a lot of people who can be up there before Fab. Jada would be up there before
Leah
Fab.
Said
and we didn't. None of us considered Jada.
I don't agree to that. I think Loso got more Super Bowl stage ready songs than Kiss. He crossed over a long time ago.
Kiss got so many iconic records though.
And Kiss would be a guy there to rock the stage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially after that verse.
I don't know if Fab would command a Super Bowl stage.
Do we get Swiss Beats on there for the DMX representation at all?
Yeah.
Because we got DMX gotta be represented, even if he's not here. Tough. Rest in peace. We gotta have Stop, Drop. You know what I mean? That record gotta get off.
That's huge.
Gotta get off, bro.
So I think Deanie said Joe is our Bronx representation. We can't leave the Bronx out.
So we doing a 5 boroughs thing?
That would be heavy. So. You gotta cover your ground.
All right, so let's reset it then. So Fat Joe, and he'll convey Big Pun as well. There'll be some
absolutely.
Look, I'll put a Big Pun type medley.
Nas and Queens
with him.
Nas and Queens, Hove, Brooklyn, Wu-Tang, Staten Island.
And Puff is Harlem.
Puff is Harlem.
And you never know what you can get with Puff. You can get a lot of pop outs with Puff.
Yeah, so. I think that would probably be the perfect show.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I'm seeing Busta Rhymes in there. I don't know. New York got too much going on for it to limit it because I need LL on there. I might need Busta on there too.
What about West Side with the Buffalo?
Not there yet. I love West, but they're not there yet, man.
Not quite.
Not yet. They got to close Summer Jam first, and I'm not even saying that to be funny. But I felt like this past Summer Jam, they didn't even treat Griselda with respect. Like I felt like Rollin' Loud treated Griselda with more respect than Summer Jam did. So I feel like they got to get more in tune with the city and get more bigger venues. Epic.
A Griselda closing Summer Jam stage, that would be kind of epic.
Spence Overton.
Roundtable put that in the universe first. Remember that.
Of course.
Love LL, but I wouldn't want to see that by himself though. He could, but I wouldn't want it.
He could, but no.
But I wouldn't want it.
Nah, Ken, we took 50 off because he was up there with the West. And he had more of a West sound when he popped out.
That's crazy when you think about it. 50 was on the West Coast Super Bowl, first team Dr. Dre joint.
That's kind of, come on now. And let's not forget Mary, repping Yonkers.
Well, Mary gonna be an R&B act. She gonna do Can Knock the Hustle with Hove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I just had an artist in my head and I forgot. Damn.
Kim could be a swap out for Mary. Because Kim got a lot.
Nah, Mary got to get on there, bro. Wasn't Mary on the West Coast? Right?
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna get
Mary was on the West.
If we're gonna take 50 off, we gotta take Mary off.
Yeah, we gotta take both off.
There's not too many
that's
people.
That's kind of interesting. Like Mary was repped by Suge Knight and them on the managerial side, and she rocked with Dr. Dre. So I understand.
Will T says that Puff is Mount Vernon. Listen, Puff will tell you himself. He represents Harlem.
Harlem, bro.
He represents Harlem, man.
Come on, bro.
Harlem.
Nas was born in Brooklyn. Biggie was born in Jamaica, right?
I believe so. I know his mom's is definitely Jamaican. I don't know if he was born in Jamaica. It's
a lot of situations like that. Yeah. But what did he rep?
Harlem. Oh, you talking about Big?
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about Puff.
Yeah, Harlem.
I'm just saying, he rep Harlem.
Somatic with a hell of a pick. She says they're gonna have Alicia Keys as a New York R&B. Perfect. I didn't even think of Alicia.
Oh wow.
Because obviously the show is gonna end with that annoying song with her and Puff and Jay, that New York. By the way, I don't like that. I've never liked that song.
What?
New York. I liked it. Maybe
that's a dope song, bro.
Bro, that shit is a game changer in the right place.
Listen, hear me out. When Jarv says he doesn't like a song, that doesn't mean he thinks the song is back. All I'm saying is I heard it and then I heard it too much and then I stopped liking it.
Became iconic, man.
Jarv is ultra critical of Hov, bro. That's his favorite rapper for real, y'all, because he's super critical of Hov. Like
that's a fact.
this is why when he says something that's complimentary, you have to listen to it because he's super critical of Hov, yeah. Because that's a great fucking song, man. Even though they overplayed it, they overplayed
it. Concrete Jungle, like, over and over and over again.
Timeless song, man.
State Street, yeah.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, I couldn't stay. I couldn't. It was like the song was chasing me, bro. I was running from it. I think that song made me feel away towards Blueprint 3 overall, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you because he got some joints. Word to Dini, he got some joints.
Number one record.
Yo, every whole album got some joints, my nigga. Like that's a testament to this whole greatness. I love
Blueprint 3. Yeah.
Blueprint 3 was fire.
I was listening to Thank You the other day off of there. Thank You. He was sending shots at Pusha T. He was sending shots at Jimmy.
Dame.
Hov on Thank You. He was sending shots at Push on there.
Everybody.
Yeah, he did.
Jimmy got smoked. Dame got smoked.
That's crazy how he was doing all of that. But I think some people hope that he do it for sparring, and some of them he genuinely don't like. Like Pusha T, like he likes Pusha. That was sparring. You know what I mean?
That was a call out, like 1-on-1.
It's not too many niggas I feel like can spar with him, especially with the drug talk. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever look, Hov's real. The niggas he looked at his contemporaries was always the drug talk niggas. Jeezy, Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like it always was heavy coke talking niggas. So
true.
Resonate to the nigga.
You know what I mean? I said we got another super chat in there. May talk to me.
Adriel, let me see. Adriel, shouts to you, man. Super chat MVP, just like Job said. He giving us a set list. So he got The World Is Yours / Dead President.
Fire.
Made You Look. New York State of Mind. Triumph. Cream. Mama Said Knock You Out. PSA. You Don't Know. Lean Back. And then All the Way Up. That's Adriel's set list. I'm fucking with that. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm rocking with it, but I don't think you could end the Super Bowl halftime show with All the Way Up.
With Joe. Yeah.
All right.
You gotta close with Hov.
Leah, I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. I like this entire set list, but you got to close it with New York. Even though I don't like the song, New York.
Monumental, man.
That got to end it, or Lean Back got to end it, or you got to do DMX to end it. Nice little tribute RIP to the dog.
Everybody doing
Rough Rider anthem. Wouldn't that be monumental?
Or even a wrap up where you get a little pun in there and you get a little X so you can get all the representation for all the dudes that passed.
Would it be ODW from TV?
That would be tough.
You gotta go with some shit that hits the people like it's so hard.
Adriel like doing another super chat. He said throwing Victory and Benjamins for Puff and Hate Me Now for Nas.
That's crazy.
I like it. Benjamins could end it.
And this just talking about this just goes to show what an actual show would be like from these niggas. That she's not playing around. She mean business. You're making me angry. But like,
well, how about disrespect? She says, don't disrespect her. Because I said I don't like it. I ain't saying it was wrong. I said, I don't like it. Jeez.
She on our side.
Yo, I'm not supposed to, you know that from now on, anytime I don't like something, I'm not saying it. Because anytime I say I don't like it, everybody get mad. So I'm not saying no. If I'm gonna say everything is good. Yo, Job, I think the song is good. Yeah. The song is great. It's amazing. I'm gonna say everything is good from now on, bro. Word two.
Yo, that's facts.
Don't ever disrespect the record like that. I ain't saying it was whack. I'm offended. I'm offended.
Beautiful record, man.
Leroy Green says I missed the Rock Nation talk. It's not really Rock Nation talk. We're just talking about how Rock Nation would do the Super Bowl show if the Super Bowl came back to New York. That's all we saying. You know what I mean? She said I'm straight tripping. All right, Leah. Relax.
Leah, we get it.
You doing a lot.
Leah, we got him. We got him, Leah.
What's the Soul Man talking the can put says the OG is Cool G for sure though, bro. I understand where you at. Cool G rap is not on the Super Bowl stage. Just so y'all know.
Do that. We love him, but we can't. Come on, y'all.
It's not on the Super Bowl.
Come on, y'all.
She's still going. Why every time I come in here, Job, you always want to piss me off? That's my role. That's literally my role here. Everyone has their job. That is my job. To get the people going. If you're not upset. You know what I mean?
The computer's peeling, you know?
Leroy Green, what up, homie?
That's what he's about.
Oh my God. Hope that's Leroy. Matter of fact, Leroy, since
what
you
up?
here, you late. Give us your Super Bowl. the Super Bowl was in New York, who would be a 5 or 6 man lineup for the Super Bowl halftime show in New York, produced by Rock Nation, of course? Or LP says I can never wear a Mets hat again, bro. You might never see me in a Mets hat again.
101.
If y'all go on my Twitter, I'll put it on there for the world to see that I am renouncing my full-time Met fandom.
Wow.
I'm not doing it ever again. I am now fully a front-running Mets fan. I'm only pulling up when they winning because I gave them 30. I started it with the Mets in 1990. 32 years is enough.
Ugh.
And it's not even a matter of them losing. I don't mind the losing, but it's when they always embarrass us. It's mad embarrassing being a Met fan. Like, they don't know how to lose with grace. They lose in embarrassing fashion, and I don't want to be involved with embarrassment anymore. So I'm not doing it. 101 wins, and we don't even really make the playoffs. Playoffs using a wild card right now. That don't even count. That's not the playoffs.
Something about blue and orange teams in New York City, bro. Just have bad luck.
Yo, Deanie, Leo, your head now.
Blue and orange, I said.
Oh,
you know where I'm going with that. It's a rough life I live, man.
Rough life.
Damn Knicks.
Okay.
Yo, Max, I don't think Rakim could close. I don't think that's quite. I understand the under where you coming from with it, but nah, I don't think that would like. You better off going Run DMC if you want an old time representation.
If we just trying to give people their props, why don't we just get Kool Herc to just do the set? Like, you get what I'm saying? If we just trying to give people their props, like, come on, like,
it's gonna be fun.
You about to get that academic smoke in a second.
You feel me? Like,
for better or worse, the DJ for that set would be Funk Flex. It's gonna be Flex.
It's gotta be.
Flex is it.
Clue. I'll take Clue.
Andre Moore with a good choice. He said any up will have to be in a set. Yeah, the white people love any up. I didn't even think about that.
Especially during a football game, that'd be heavy.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
That'd be a nice little check for MOP.
That would probably be what Funk Flex was playing pre-performance to get the crowd hype. But I can't see getting MOP up on the Super Bowl stage.
And this shit ain't even that long. How long is the halftime show anyway?
15 minutes, bro.
Yeah. Like, I'm not throwing
it'll be a medley. All the hits, and then a closing salvo that'll leave on a high. Then you get into, Okay,
I've seen somebody mentioned Primo, Kid Capri.
That's a good choice. Kid Capri will be fire. But you know what? I didn't think about Primo. I always think of Primo as a producer. I never think about the DJ aspect of it. I might be right.
And even though he's so New York connected, I always think of the Texas aspect because he's a Texas nigga.
Funk Flex got to do it. New York City, I can hear him once. Flex, you know what I mean?
Flex got to do it.
Dropping bombs on this shit.
Come on, that's Flex. I love
his territory. He a party nigga. You'll be right up his alley. Pause.
Yeah, super chat, y'all delivering today. You know what I mean? Not the super chat, the chat overall. Y'all doing a super job. Oh, here go Leah now. Don't ever disrespect one of the one of the founding founders. That messed me up.
I'm from the Bronx.
Cool.
And I was talking about. Me and him have a lot in common.
Do it.
She had a killer can bar. She said, "Don't ever disrespect one of the founding founders."
The founding founders. The computers
the founding founders, man.
He's a legend. I actually know the brother. You know what I'm saying? I shook the brother's hand on numerous occasions. But come on,
founding founders.
We're not doing We're not exactly here just trying to give everybody their props. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get this crowd going crazy.
LP said Jay, Mobb Deep, Nas, Busta, 50, Lil Kim, Nicki. It'll be tough to have Mob up there without P.
Without P.
Nothing against Have, love Have, but without P is kind of tough.
Without P
is real
tough.
I said Lil Kim would be a good look up there.
We accidentally stumbled on a fire topic. I wish we would have did this for 57.
Right. Lil Kim gonna be doing the bot when she up there.
Pause.
Doing her underwater dive.
Pause.
Jump,
Pause or not.
50 would be a dope, especially after Tony Yayo went crazy on the Hoffa show. Yo, Yayo.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
one of the greatest hype men of all time.
Did they hug it out after that interview? Because it got real testy in there. You know what I mean?
I'm sure that's just real nigga shit, man.
It's becoming legendary. The interview.
Yeah.
Mav got a bunch of classics, but that's a super classic right there.
Oh yeah,
that Yale interview.
It is.
I watched Vlad TV after that, and it was like I think like there was some issues. Maybe like Mav might have complained about, or some people in Mav's camp felt the way about Yayo's performance on the show, and I could see that. Certain people were very quiet during Yayo's rants. You know what I mean? But there was a point when Yayo said something about 50, and he went to go give Murder a pound of Murder, left him hanging. I thought that was funny.
What about when he ashed his blunt in a cup and then asked Math to pour him some drink in his cup and then got mad at Math for giving him a cup with ashes in it. Started barking at Math mid-interview like, why'd you give me this cup?
That Branson.
And then Math is like, I gave you a cup with ashes? My bad, bro. I didn't even realize. Like, I'm like, yeah, it was just on this interview, bro. Like, he just felt like being argumentative.
LP said, I'll have to shoot the fade with Yayo. He overtalked him, then told him he needed to chill. Yo, Yayo was on one.
It was wild. It was a hectic, but it made for great TV though. It made for great entertainment.
He coming for that MVP, that interview MVP title. He trying to take it from Boosie, man.
And low key, made like Math was urging the nigga on. Math was actually questions I feel like he already knew the answers to. He was
because Math is a media person now. He's not a rapper anymore. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
You know how to agitate a nigga.
Oh yeah.
And he's a battle rapper, so he know the performance. He know the stage. Know.
And that's a staple of a Brooklyn dude. Like when we see you getting emotional, we needle you. Like we pause. Like we keep going there. We keep going there. We don't leave. We stay right
there. Let's see how far this is about to go.
Oh man, this was fun. I think we could stop here. This was an ill Q&A. I love these Q&As.
This is a dope Q&A.
We get deep in the mud with these.
You know
Y'all popped out for the early Q&A. Maybe this is the time we need to start making that move.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And again, if y'all in here and you want to say, make sure y'all hit the like button. We resetting the algorithm to make sure y'all get notified when we drop so that YouTube doesn't think we're bad because of a couple of haters who didn't like that we didn't love the JID album. We didn't say the JID album was bad, but because we didn't love it, a bunch of haters rushed our page and they flagged us, they negative voted us, and it messed our whole operation up. So we need the people of Gotham.
We need you to like for real.
Another tap in. Y'all should use the NY Super Bowl topic next ep and make official lists with Sin. That's a great idea, Adriel. We might have to do that. We didn't know this thing had this kind of legs, but this shit is
Adriel.
This shit can make
Super Chat MVP.
All right. And another thing before we dip out, we're doing the Rap Roundtable 2022 top 10 rappers list coming very, very, very soon. Sooner than you think. So everyone who's here and everyone who watches it, whether you don't put it in the chat because the chat's gonna be dead. But once y'all done here, go to the comments and pick the 10 rappers that you think belong in the top 10 and put it in order. Let's see what the people saying. We want to see what y'all think the top 10 rappers are before we give you our 10 and we put it all together. Yo, Jarv and Dini learned how to stop tripping. No, we don't. We never stop tripping. If you talking about, matter of fact, before I leave,
don't run, don't trip.
If we, Dubs, if you think what we doing here is tripping, then you don't get the show by now. We're not a show. We're bros record each other talk. Like, listen, we have fun here.
We stay tripping.
Listen, you better join the conversation, Lee, and stop complaining. Shit.
Right. Stop tripping with us.
This is what we do. But nevertheless,
ain't never gonna learn.
Put your top 10 in there. Adriel Green, Super Chat MVP once again. Put your top 10 rappers in the comments. We're gonna respond to y'all and we are populating our lists. That's gonna be a live show. We're not gonna do that in studio. That's gonna be a straight live pull up. We're gonna put it together. Right. And just so you know, when we put this list out on social media and if they throw tomatoes at us, it's all of y'all fault. It's not just us. We ain't going down with us. The chat is going down with us too.
Mad Max pop out and argue for Ice Spice, man.
Facts. It better be 10 Ice Spices from Mad Max or Fabulous somewhere. Well, nine Ice Spices and one Fabulous from Mad Max.
There we go.
Dini, take us home, bro.
Yo, y'all know what's happening here, man. We the Rap Roundtable, man. Jarv the point guard. Macito, voice of the young people. I am Dini the balance. Shout out to Sensei. He couldn't be with us today. Tap in. You're gonna see y'all real soon with that 57 piece.
Yes,
you dig? Yeah.
Heroes y'all need.